Koach. We read in this week's parsha about the laws of the contamination of the dead, that not only do the dead contaminate upon contact, even if you're under the same roof with the remains of a human being, especially a Jew, you become contaminated. The Torah says, Zosa Torah Odom ki yomus ba'oil. This is the Torah of man, Odom, who passes away in an oil, in a tent. Anything in the tent is contaminated. So the Gemara tells us, what's Zosa Torah Odom ki yomus ba'oil? Eina Torah niknis el misha memis atzmo leo. That a prerequisite to acquiring Torah, you have to compromise and forfeit all aspects of your physicality and to be compromised for the sake of Torah. Literally, you have to kill yourself for the Torah, meaning infringe on all your physical amenities for the sake of Torah. That's Odom ki yomas bo leina. Torah nikts elam misha memis atzmo leo. First, what's the concept? Why to that degree? As it says in Pirkei Avos, that if you want to acquire Kesed Torah, as the Rambam writes, Pas melech tochal, ma'im suratishter, alor tishan, chai tzartichya. Literally, you have to deny yourself all physical amenities, all pleasures of life, and only then do you become the proper receptacle for Torah to process the Torah. Why is that the prerequisite for Torah itself? Somehow, they can't coexist. If one is there, it interferes with the other. We find that Shlomo tells us in Mishlei, Tzadik ochel, it's sova nafsho. A tzaddik eats only to save his neshama. Tzadik ochel is sova nafsho, nothing more than that. He only eats is purely a means, and he only eats to the point that he sates his soul, that he should be able to continue. That's the only reason. It's not for the sake, the food has no value unto itself. It's only to facilitate his function to be able to serve Hashem. That's a tzaddik. But again, that profile, that reality, that's Odom ki yomas ba'oil, as regarding to eating, regarding everything else. Now the question is why? There's a mitzvah saying in the Torah, Kedoshim tiyu. A Jew has to be Kodosh. What's Kodosh? So the Ramban cites Chazal, Kaddish es atzmcho b'mutalach. You should sanctify yourselves, even things that are permitted to you. A person could live a life, could be a manuvel b'shus HaTorah. You could be a hedonist. In a way, everything you do is permitted. The food is kosher. The wife is permitted to you. The women are permitted. And a person can indulge and live like an intellectual animal. And he's not violating, but factually it has no relevance to Kedusha. Why does God want us to be Kodosh? Removed from physicality? Because I am Kodosh. The objective in life is to create a commonality with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And just as Hashem has no relevance to the physical, we have to wean ourselves from the physical, and only once you wean yourself from physical, then you become the processing center, and you activate all the nerve endings of our neshama to be able to process and relate and value what true Kedusha is. So the only way we become the proper receptacle and processing center for Torah itself is only ki yomas ba'oil. Memis atzmo leo. You only sleep as much as you have to sleep. You only eat as much as you have to eat. You only engage in whatever it is outside of Torah as much as you have to. More than that, you don't. Because just as Hashem, his involvement is totally detached and has no relevance to the material for the material, he provides the material identically to be the person, to be that person, to be able to acquire and to develop whatever has to be done. It has to be done in a similar context to create that commonality with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So therefore, the whole concept of Yogata Motzoso, Tamin, when does one come upon the truth of Torah? Only if you toil. If you don't toil for Torah, one doesn't come upon it. The question is why. Many reasons given, but according to what we're saying, is because again, when you toil for something, you have to give up something else. If you're committed, fully committed, something has to give. What gives? You're not permitted to compromise your health. You're not permitted to compromise certain things which are basic amenities for the sake of being able to go further. The Rambam says in Hilchos Deos that a Jew has an obligation to maintain his health, because only if you have a healthy body do you have a healthy mind. Because if one is distracted with machovim, with illness, and with pains, it's a distraction. So the only reason why you have to maintain your physicality is purely for the sake of your spirituality. But as long as there's no infringement, that it will not compromise your physicality, to be able to be fully focused and advance yourself in spirituality, that's again, it's a reflection of the Kedoshim, Tiyu ki kodesh ani Hashem Elokechem.